Hi, BombBomb's friends, family, and fellow video enthusiasts. Welcome to the 4th episode of the BombCast. I'm so excited today. I'm Travis Saxton, the VP of Content Development here at BombBomb, and today's guests are amazing. We also have a big teaser announcement for you guys, so stay tuned for that here in just a short minute. So I'm here with Anne Jones and Marguerite Giguere, both from Windermere Professional Partners in Tacoma, Washington. These ladies kill it with video. They are winning in every way possible, and I'm so excited to have them on here. So ladies, thanks so much for being here.
Good morning.
Hi.
All right, so first of all, you guys don't technically work together. However, you do work together on a lot of video projects, so that's kind of neat. Take us through what's the story behind that. How'd that ever start?
Are you going to tell the story of our first date?
No, you can tell it, Anne. I like the way you tell it.
Oh, we're so romantic. Marguerite's in Hawaii, by the way. That's why we're not in the same location. So we had friends who introduced us in the industry, sort of set us up on like a blind date, like you two youngsters should know each other. And so we got together and we started chatting. We were at different companies at the time, and we just started, I don't know, we just became friends and decided that time the market was kind of in the tank. At least our market was in the tank. And decided we would just on a whim start making some videos together. I'd been doing them for listings, but had not been on the screen because I don't love this part of it. Marguerite's a natural, so that I had the equipment, she had the personality, we went for it.
So you had to get over that fear that you had of kind of being on camera, and Marguerite just pushed you right over the edge.
Absolutely. She made it.
How'd you do that? How'd you start that?
Well, and I think one thing that's neat about Anne and I's professional friendship, I mean, our personal friendship, but like, is that we have different talents and different strengths. And Anne cares a lot about how she's so good at how things look. And so I would have been on video like super sloppy, not making sure the lighting was right. Like Anne understands how videos are edited and shot and styled. And so the product that we got, like she wouldn't have been on there maybe for me, but it would have looked like crap without her. So that combination of skills, I think is sort of what's the word? Symbolic of the general dynamic and the way that
we're symbiotic.
Nice.
I wanted to say, but I didn't think it was the right word.
Nice. All right. So ladies, since you've been talking, on your lower thirds, a surprise for you guys, we've actually put your video influencer ranking number there. So Anne, I'm so excited about this announcement. This is really right up my alley. It's a passion of mine. So a couple months ago, BombBomb and V-Screen, two real estate video companies, teamed up to create the video influencer ranking. And we set out to accomplish something so unique. We wanted to not only rank people in our industry who are doing exceptional things through video, but we wanted to educate the general real estate population as well. And so this announcement is a combination and accumulation of a ton of efforts over the last couple months. We've reviewed over 550 nominations across all of the United States and Canada, and we were able to whittle that down into 80 people across 5 different categories that we'll be honoring and celebrating as a top video influencer in real estate. These 80 people have shot 54,000 videos, and over on their YouTube channels alone, they have 20.4 million views. It's spectacular. You two ladies are both in there being honored in 2 separate categories. Now, Anne, you are number 7 in the all-around category, which is our most prestigious category because you really excel in multiple video categories. And Marguerite, you are number 1 in community videos. We love your community videos at BombBomb, and this was based on quality, consistency, value, the number of views, and lots of different factors that went into this. And the cool thing about this ranking is we have people that have 700 views in Oak Harbor, Washington, to millions of views.
We know who that is.
I bet you know. And then we have millions of views on some of these people's YouTube channels. So congratulations. This is the teaser announcement. Thank you, ladies, and congrats on being video influencers.
Very cool. Thank you.
Yeah, that's awesome. So now this is a teaser. If you want to find out more information about that, I'm going to share my screen here and show you guys a landing page for revideoinfluencers.com. And you can go here. You can watch a short video on what the ranking is about. And then, of course, we want people to get that educational guide to educate themselves. It's full of strategies and videos. I think both Anne and Marguerite have submitted a video to us. And so this is awesome stuff for you guys. And if you just pop in your email address, first name and last name, you'll be able to stay up to date and get the guide when it's fully announced later this month. So that's our teaser for the real estate video influencers. And ladies, congratulations again. So now, one of the ways you guys became video influencers, you have a lot of personality in your videos. I love it. I love the personality that you guys bring. And Marguerite, this is fun. So I'm going to share my screen again. And your YouTube channel really screams personality and interest. So on your YouTube channel, you are the skydiving real estate agent. That is pretty cool. So tell me a little bit about that. Where'd that come from? How'd that start?
Well, before the days of the internet, branding was a tricky thing to do. I had a very unspellable name. Nobody was going to go to margueritegiguere.com. And so I went to a marketing seminar hosted by Hobbs Herder back in like 2006. And they talked a lot about personal branding, and I really drank the Kool-Aid on that. So over the years, like this part of this has kind of evolved. Like I don't skydive as much as I used to. I only have 200 jumps. So I feel like a little bit of a poser these days having all this stuff, but it's very memorable and it helps kind of communicate to people what I'm all about.
I love it. I love it.
You can ask Anne. I do kind of have a dive in and get in there kind of personality.
I think it still applies.
Nice. So we're going to watch this quick. We're going to watch this quick Meet Marguerite video because I love how it injects your personality and interest. And I'll open up.
Picking a realtor is a little like picking a doctor. You need to have a lot of confidence that this person knows their business.
We didn't want to settle on anything, and Marguerite allowed us to keep looking until we were completely happy.
It's people that were buying our first house. We really needed somebody to take time with us, and she did, and didn't pressure us at all. The communication was great.
She was on it, she was smart, she was fun, she was connected. We found our Tacoma realtor.
So I love that. Ladies, take me through how you both inject personality and humor and stuff into your videos.
Can I take this one in?
Go for it.
Okay, so I think it's essential to put your personality in the video because it's the beginning of a filtration process, right? If you are yourself as much as you can be, and it's a hard thing to be, and it's flippant to say just be yourself because all of us are trying to figure out every minute of every day how to be ourselves. But if you can be yourself in your videos as much as possible, you can attract clients that when they meet you are going to really love you and work well with you. And people who hate you will filter you out immediately. They'll never even call you. And so it really starts to shift your relationship with your clients and the quality of your transactions. Anne Jones?
Well, I was going to say, I was just teaching in Denver yesterday. We were talking about a whole bunch of video stuff. And I was saying, so afterwards we were sitting down and I was chatting with someone and he's like, so how does this actually work, right? And I'm like, okay, well, here's an email. And this is mostly from the videos that Marguerite and I have done together. Here's an email. And this guy is like, hey, I've seen your stuff online. I've looked at your Instagram. I've watched your videos. I think we'd be a great match. Will you help me? It's the nicest process because it's like you save that first meeting and all that awkward chasing. It's so nice to see you, Marguerite. I feel like I'm on the big computer, and so I feel like we're close together. But it just, I mean, it expedites that normal process, and you're not chasing people, which I think Marguerite and I have agreed is the most amazing benefit of it.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. So how do each of you use video in your business? Just from a high level overview, I know you do some listing videos, community videos, anything else?
Well, we both do, I mean, we both do candid videos. Marguerite, was that kind of what you're going to jump in on? I mean, I think working on Instagram stories, Facebook stories, live broadcasts, I mean, there's lots of other opportunities. It's something that I'm definitely pondering right now in relationship, say, to listing videos and that sort of thing, is the lead time is just getting shorter and shorter on everything. I mean, it's like with your product, right? It clearly plays into that, where not everything needs to be a fully produced, beautiful, glossy video. Go, MG.
Well, actually, I was thinking differently about the question, like applying the videos you have. I think the place I've failed the most is we've spent all this money. We have dozens and dozens. You have like 3 times as many videos as me, but like, what do you do with them when they're done, right? And one of the things that I've done that I think is valuable that I think we should all be doing is having like templated responses ready to go for our most common email inquiries. And I've integrated videos into those. I customize them, of course, but if somebody says, hey, I'm thinking about moving to Tacoma, I have a video that Anne and I did about the market. I have a video about how realtors get paid. I have a video about relocation. You know, they're all right there and they're like, oh, awesome. So if they didn't find me with the videos, they're on board with the videos before we meet. You know, they know what I'm like and they know what my advice is like. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. And it's kind of a shameless plug for BombBomb, but didn't need that. That was unintended. So let's talk a little bit about, so you guys are top video influencers. You know other video influencers across the country, and you're keen on teaming up with them. You two obviously team up. I think I saw, Marguerite, you do a video with Kendall Young, who's also being named as a top video influencer. And you know a lot of others in the industry. So why does teaming up with like-minded pros really grow your video prowess and influence? And why do you do that?
I think it would be incredibly arrogant for us to pretend that we invented anything, right? Like, I mean, when I started doing video in 2011, I want to say, like I was watching people from other parts of the country. I was definitely influenced by what they were doing. I mean, people like Raj, people like Michael Ackerman out of Seattle, who were early in video, and they were very generous. I mean, that's one of the things that I think is really cool, is that people have been very, very generous. And as we've chatted about it and gone to conferences and talked to people, there's an open-mindedness. I mean, because nobody owns this space, right? Like it's innovating and changing so quickly that there's no sense in getting weird around like, I made that, because someone else is going to make something really cool tomorrow. And so people have been good to us on that front.
Nice. I like that response too, because we had Jesse Peters and Michael Thorne in our office just the other day, two amazing video influencers in real estate. And Jesse basically said, I copied Michael. I copied him and I emulated him. And now I've replicated that in my own market. It was really awesome. And they're like best of friends.
Well, and I think the other thing is we're in a business which is incredibly competitive and incredibly difficult, and it's wearing, right? Like the transactions are wearing, like it can really bring you down. And the only other people who understand what you're going through are your competition. So if you want to level up your video, like you can find people in other markets, but often, you know, you might not know people in other markets. So it's people nearby that might be the people that are going to get you and be able to help you the most.
But this brings us back to a really important point, and I know you were worried about keeping us on script, and this is a real problem with us, Travis. So
I love it. Take me there.
One of the things that we learned, so early on when Marguerite and I started shooting together, people were like, "Ooh, you know, I mean, how do you guys handle that? Like, do you split the business that comes in 50-50? Like, what are you going to do with the leads in the business?" And it was all this, you know, like that's people's major concern. And I think our discovery out of that was, it'll generate more business for both of us. So it's a win-win situation, but also getting comfortable with it, like people being attracted to who they were going to be attracted to. And that's the part also, you know, on a national level, you can replicate. So like Jesse can do what Michael was doing, but Jesse and Michael are not the same guy. Like they have different personalities. They both have wonderful personalities, but they're going to attract different clients if they do what Marguerite mentioned earlier, which is be themselves. And you could do the exact same strategy and sit down and talk about something in an interview style and your name at the bottom and copy all of that. And you would still make different videos because you're different people if you're letting that flow through.
It doesn't matter if you're bringing high energy, if you're a low-key data guy, you know, it doesn't matter what the difference or the dynamic is. Just be yourself and it will resonate with the people that you want to work with. And so that's a beautiful thing about video. Let's take a moment to watch one of your guys' educational videos. And this was a big part of what we factored into the video influencer ranking too, was basically we didn't look at just your personality. We looked at types of video and value. And so this one, you guys both teamed up and you have a nice little mix of education and value.
All right, so we wanted to make a little video all about you're going to make an offer. What do we need from you? What's going to be in the offer? What are all the different terms that we can talk about? This is basically a way for you to get up to speed on what the offer process is like, and the offer preparation and presentation process.
Yep, just a little bit. We talked about doing some homework ahead of time so that you would be prepared. And ideally, you'll have a chance to sit down, go over your paperwork. You might even want to ask for a blank copy of an offer so that you can read through that and see if anything jumps out at you. Because again, in the market that we're currently working in, you are not necessarily going to have a couple of days to process that information at the time you find the house.
Yeah, it's always nice to get a blank copy of your offer and just like stick it on the nightstand. There's a lot of fine print in there. It'll put you right down.
And
so anyway, take me through some of the educational stuff you guys do, which is obviously a nice way to bring great value back to your audience, but your community. And then also, I'm sure you probably use this in your business processes too.
Yeah, I mean, this I think, and correct me if you see this differently, but I feel like this is the most selfish kind of video that a realtor can make, right? Like you're putting your own knowledge and information and perspective, because there's a lot of different ways to approach the transaction and there's a lot of different ways to approach situations. And so you're educating clients before they meet you with your particular method and strategy and way of doing things. And then when they come to you, they're already on board. And that is such a gift. I mean, beyond them liking you and trusting you, now they operate like you. Anne, what do you think about that?
Yeah, a lot of times you've used the word, you've indoctrinated them when we talk about this. And I think that's a really good one. And actually, these are incredibly useful because when you're meeting with somebody and even when you're reviewing the offer or you're presenting an offer, there's so much information, right? And they're like, when does it close? How much money, right? Like, give me the key details. And so when they really want to get back into the fine print, since they are not reading it at bedtime, as we suggested they might, and you send one of these videos, or like, remind me again how that inspection is going to go. You're like, here's a video, watch it at your leisure or as many times as you want to, and then let me know what questions you have. So it's actually really, really useful.
Nice. So a better way to scale yourself, which has been a common theme on our previous BombCast too. So that's good insight. We're going to watch another video of you guys. Now, this is actually my favorite video. I think it's fun. It starts off very funny where you guys are texting each other. I'm actually not starting at that point. I'm starting a little bit in so we can showcase your expertise. But this is you guys doing a tour of Tacoma in the fall.
So the thing I think is really amazing about Point Defiance is that you don't even appreciate what's here. I mean, those of us who are local, I think you don't even understand.
It's the second largest municipal park in the country behind Central Park. 702 acres, hiking trails, old growth forest, and the best dog park in the city, right?
Absolutely, bar none. Dog's mad I didn't bring her today. The ability to drive down here, park, run in the woods. You can go down to Owens Beach, rent a kayak. I mean, there's everything you could want to do right here within minutes of where you live.
You go down.
So you go on. I will save you guys the embarrassment there. But you go on and you have this little selfie battle with each other.
This woman cannot take a selfie. She doesn't understand angles and chins.
Angles and chins. Anyway, I got a kick out of that. But really, the powerful message there is your guys' extensive community knowledge, but uber local community knowledge too. This isn't a video of Tacoma, Washington in general. Like, you're in a park, you're talking about the nature and the opportunity there. Why is uber local so important, and how has it impacted your business?
Everybody can talk about like the big picture. I mean, everybody knows the popular neighborhood. So in our area, that might be a place called Proctor, right? And everybody talks about Proctor and everybody talks about the farmer's market in Proctor. And that's just sort of recycled over and over again. And again, going back to what we were saying in terms of being an individual with unique perspective, if you're sharing your thoughts on that neighborhood rather than what you got off of Wikipedia, although I think we did actually check on the acreage of Point Defiance.
Sure.
Wikipedia, but you're not going to be, your perspective is unique. And the divas do an amazing job, our friends in Seattle, with like really super micro local videos. And I think that's a huge opportunity. It's so good for business. Marguerite.
Well, I just think it's a way to stand out, especially as videos become more popular. I mean, and I'm always thinking about it. It's like, you know, you make a video and you think you're something special, and then, you know, everybody in your market's made it in 6 months. So you've got to always be thinking. And the thing that makes us valuable as realtors, right, is our local expertise and our point of view, you know? So like if Anne Jones had done a tour of Point Defiance on her own, And then I went and did a tour of Point Defiance on my own. We would have two completely different videos. I don't even have a dog. I've never been to that dog park. You know, like I think it's the more micro you get, the more of your own personality and your own perspective is coming through, and the more value you're giving. Nice.
Well, and I would say this. Don't change. Whatever you do, please don't change, because our industry is better as a result of you ladies. And it goes to show with your #1 ranking in the community video category. That was a very interesting category as we were diving through all these videos, that you got some really good top performers like yourselves. And then there's a huge drop off after the top 20 or so in the industry. There's not a lot of people doing that. And as an agent, brokers, yes, there's more in the brokerage level. So I think it's awesome what you've done. You've invested, you're setting yourselves apart. And of course, this goes for both of you since you're both in those videos, but keep up that good work. That's amazing. So let's recap the key takeaways from this BombCast. #1 is really adding your personalities and interest into your video and growing your video strategy that way. Teaming up with like-minded pros so that you have the combination of efforts there to grow your video following, and then uber local communities and parks. We showed the tour of Tacoma in fall. I think that was an awesome video, and there's many more on Anne and Marguerite's YouTube channel. So Google those guys or YouTube those guys, and that'll be awesome. So thank you for joining us on the episode 4 of the BombCast. Our next guest is Michael Thorne of Remax Little Oak Realty in Fort Langley, British Columbia. Now, this guy is a rock star, absolutely killing it with video, has always been killing it with video, and people look up to him. We have a very special announcement with Michael. I think you both know Michael too, right?
Yes.
Yes.
We love Michael.
And you recommend that the audience stay tuned for that one for sure, right?
I think Michael directly influenced some of the community videos, would be my suspicion. We had a conference and he came and spoke at it, and there were people who put out some brilliant community content as a direct result of his presentation. So he's always worth listening to.
And that is what it means to be a video influencer. And people will be looking up to you guys in just the same fashion. And so that is awesome. So Michael is our next guest on Thursday, October 26th at noon Mountain Time. Join us for that. And also a special announcement of Michael launching a new product for real estate video enthusiasts and influencers, all combined in one community. It's amazing. And so join us on Thursday, October 26th at bombbomb.com/bombcast. Thank you.
Thanks for having us.